Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending. We're very excited here and very thankful to have our U.S. Senator Charles Schumer with us this afternoon. Without the Senator's help, we don't believe this film festival will be coming to the city of Middletown. And also the Senator is Orange County Executive Ed Diana, who, through his office, the grant that was put in to have this beautiful theater equipped with the screen and digital equipment of $150,000 that today would not be possible. But once we contacted Senator Schumer's office and asked for his assistance, as always, he was on it immediately. Probably too quick, because he was ahead of me a little bit on the game myself. So I just wanted to say thank you to him and also introduce Senator Schumer to say a few words, or as many words as he wants, on behalf of the Hoboken Film Festival. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and I'm excited already just watching that clip, being here in this beautiful theater with directors and movie stars, and certainly our great Middletown Mayor, DiStefano, Ken Del Vecchio, and the organizers of the festival. This is going to be so exciting and so great for Middletown. I can't wait. Now, I have to admit that New Jersey, with so many residents that commute to New York every day, is near and dear to my heart. My sister lives there. In fact, I like New Jersey so much that earlier this year, I fought to bring a piece of it to the Hudson Valley. Today, I'm thrilled to join my colleagues in announcing that the Hoboken International Film Festival has committed to relocate to Middletown's Paramount Theater this year. And that is great, great news. This new film festival means lights, camera, action for Middletown. And as you know, this classic theater in the heart of the Hudson Valley is the perfect location for a world-renowned film festival. So earlier this month, when I heard that the Hoboken Film Festival was looking for a new place to call home, it was clear that this newly renovated and historic theater was the perfect spot. I wrote Mr. Del Vecchio a letter to offer my assistance that might be needed to move the festival here. But I can't take all the credit. It was Middletown and the Paramount that won over Ken Del Vecchio's heart when he came here to film a large portion of Captured Hearts, and we just saw the theater as one of the stars in the movie on that beautiful little clip that we saw. With today's news, the festival will bring scores of new films, television shows, filmmakers, and artists to the Hudson Valley for thousands of spectators and tourists to enjoy. And those spectators will bring something else, their wallets. And they can spend time in our region's restaurants, hotels, and other tourist spots. So with this new film festival, we're going to show the world that New York State has the best Orange County in show business. Let me tell you a bit more about the details of the 2013 festival. The 2013 festival is being held between May 31st and June 6th. It'll be hosted by one of my favorite comedians, Gilbert Gottfried. Everyone knows Gilbert, and we have a lot in common. We both love to make people laugh. We're both from Brooklyn, but love the Hudson Valley, and some people say we even sound the same, but I dispute that. The festival will attract top-notch studio films, television pilots, and screenplays from artists worldwide. In fact, last year, this is such a coveted spot to be in the Hoboken Film Festival that over 1,500 submissions were made, and they could only have 90 slots. Isn't that amazing? 1,500 applied, only 90 get accepted, so it shows you the breadth of this festival. The Hoboken Film Festival has grown to become one of the most widely attended in the world. We're expecting over 15,000 spectators to flock to the Paramount this year. In addition to Gilbert, the festival will be a star-studded event with a celebrity jury to judge this year's entries and dozens of Academy Award and Emmy Award winners and nominees in attendance. And I'm thrilled to help bring this star power, publicity, culture, and tourist revenue to the Hudson Valley. When I heard that the festival's organizers were thinking about changing their venue, I immediately knew that the Paramount Theater was the place to be. And I want to make note that Mayor DeStefano has set the stage to make all this possible. The theater has gone through a variety of public and private ownerships during its existence since 1930, and the mayor's leadership in recent years in making important renovations and improvements to the facility has helped prepare Middletown to host this festival and other similar events. Additionally, this is going to be so accessible to thousands and thousands of festival goers who will flock here from nearby I-87 and Route 17, allowing tourists and film lovers from the tri-state area to easily attend the festival. Spectators from around the world will enjoy the Hudson Valley's many great restaurants, shops, and historic sites. And that's going to do something we've been trying to do all along, which is enhance the tourist value of the Hudson Valley. So the announcement's a win-win-win. It's a win for the Hoboken International Film Festival because they're relocating to one of the most beautiful and historic parts of the country. It's a win for the thousands of attendees who will get to experience the majesty of the Hudson Valley. And it's a huge win for Middletown residents and business owners who will benefit from an unprecedented spike in tourism in just a few short months. With this national recognition, I'm hopeful this event will not only spur economic activity in May thanks to an infusion of tourist dollars, but will put the theater and city on the map for future events. You know, I never thought I'd announce we'd be bringing any event with the name Hoboken to New York. Maybe next year we'll try to get the New Jersey State Fair to move to Middletown. Now, to the festival organizers, break a leg. I can't wait to hear and read about and witness what a great success this will turn out to be. And again, I want to thank Chairman Del Vecchio. He is a man you can see in the movies he's involved with, in the friends he has, and in his choosing Middletown. He has a great mind and he also has a big heart. It took someone special to come to this theater and see the benefit that it could bring to both the festival and to the theater, what the scientists would call a great symbiotic relationship. So I'll be staying in close touch with the mayor, with Ed Diana, and with Chairman Del Vecchio as the event draws closer to help ensure this event's success in any and every way I can. I'll turn it over to Mayor DeStefano, and then I'll take your questions at the end. But this is truly exciting. We're going to have a great, great May and June here in Middletown.
Thank you, Senator. And Senator, we've had a tremendous team here in Middletown putting not only this program and working with Mr. Del Vecchio, but also with the renovations of the theater. We've had a commitment, as you stated, from not only our county executive Ed Diana with $150,000, but also our city council, and some of them are here this evening, or this afternoon. Our council president, Miguel Rodriguez, is here, along with Alderman Joel Sierra, our finance chairman, Alderwoman Kate Ramkissoon, Alderman Joe Massey, and Alderman Tom Burr. We also have our county legislator, Jeff Bergman, who obviously supported the county executive Diana's initiative to fund the renovations of this theater, and also Alderman Ashok Sadness. So we're all very excited about the festival coming here, and those local officials also deserve a round of applause for their commitment to not only this production here of the Hoboken Film Festival, but a commitment to keeping, maintaining, and improving this facility. So thank all of you for your assistance. As I mentioned, the county executive has played a major role in the city's ability to move this theater to the next level. And when we called on Ed Diana, and his office explained that this grant money is for tourism, and Howard installing $150,000 worth of movie equipment into the theater promote tourism, except for, usually people go to movies and they live in the general area. So he worked with us to devise a plan also to go outside the city of Middletown and seek these type of activities. And we brought Nelson Page, who's been just a tremendous asset to the city of Middletown and the Paramount Theater, and we made a presentation to the Orange County Industrial Development Agency with the assistance of the county executive, and he was able to push through $150,000 to install all this tremendous equipment. So we invited him here today because without that equipment, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Diana. Come and say it.
Joe, thank you for those kind remarks, and certainly when I come back to the Paramount, it's like coming home. As most of you know, I was born and raised in this city, and I'll never forget it, and I still call it my home. And so exciting things like this, and the Senator said it better than anybody. When you can take tourism and expand that throughout the Hudson Valley, right here, to a great city like the city of Middletown. Certainly the county was instrumental in some funding of $150,000, $15,000 a couple years prior to bringing the old films back to the Paramount Theater as well. And certainly we gave about $50,000 a year to all the cities in the county to help revitalization, to spend that money wherever they see fit. And I know one of those $50,000, Mary, you helped to put all new carpeting in the Paramount and make that just a tremendous venue for everybody. But when I heard about this Hoboken International Film Festival, and certainly Judge Delvecchio, thank you, Ken, for making a decision that you are going to move it here for at least 2013, I hope forever, I can tell you that. And certainly a lot of people work together to make this happen. Certainly all the people that are with you, the Hoboken Film Festival, certainly Senator Schumer, whenever he hears about something that will make it better for people's life, make it better for urban centers, and make it better for people to come here, enjoying the downtowns. And this tremendous theater started way back in the 1930s and 1920s. So he gets it, and he's a great senator. We work very closely together. Even though we're on different sides of the aisle, that's okay. I've always said that once we get there, we must make sure we all work for good of the people. That's what it's all about. And I will continue to do that as long as I am the county executive of the greatest Orange County in the nation, I can tell you that. And certainly Mayor DeStefano and I go awful far back, his families and I, and he has the same message. And he's made this a better city, working along with the Common Council and with the county legislators, and Mr. Berkman is here, the minority leader. They have the same vision of making this even a better city. You know, way back in 1909, Mr. Griffith brought a film company here to Orange County. So you can see how far back that was, and that was in Cutterbackville. And now we're here in the year 2013 and 14, and Hoboken's coming here. We hope it stays here. We know this is the greatest place. And certainly the tourism dollars, we want those dollars, but we want people to enjoy it. We want them to come enjoy the restaurants, enjoy the hotels and motels. Come up here and spend the weekend. This is the most historic part of the nation, is the Hudson Valley region. So not only when you're here looking at a great film at the Hoboken Film Festival, but maybe stop and go over to West Point, go to Washington's headquarters, go to Knox, and really take in the breadth of what the greatest Hudson Valley has to offer for all the people. So Senator Schumer, a great friend, thank you once again for stepping forward, sir, in a very quick manner, like Mayor DeStefano said. Joe, you get it. We're great friends for a long time. And Judge Delvecchio, thank you and your staff for making that choice. And we're going to make sure you stay here forever. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
And now one of the stars of the show. I remember Nelson Page bringing Judge Delvecchio to my office, and I thought this was just pie in the sky at the time, because I'm not really too much of an artsy guy. I'm more like a Chris Christie guy, as some people try to tell me. But I and it's just tremendous that when Judge Del Vecchio came in, and I was expecting something that I didn't see. What I did find was a very down-to-earth guy, very knowledgeable guy, a guy very committed to the film festival, but also very committed, based on his observations of the Paramount Theater, to bringing something to Middletown, New York, potentially, that would highlight this theater. And he has been a tremendous ally as we proceeded through the process here. And I can't say enough about Judge Del Vecchio. And we too hope this is just the year we're planting roots here at the Paramount Theater, and that those roots are going to grow into a permanent home for the Hoboken Film Festival. And that's going to be dependent upon the commitment from the people in Hudson Valley and the region to attend and to participate in these. And so far we've had some great local sponsors, like ShopRite has been tremendous with us. And everything we do in the city of Middletown, and I know Al Carpenter is here from ShopRite, and we can't thank them enough. But the ultimate decision was made by Judge Kenneth Del Vecchio, and I want to introduce Judge Del Vecchio to come up and say thank you ahead of time, and also have him say whatever he'd like to say.
Thank you, Mayor Stefano, a much better looking version of Chris Christie.
And thinner.
They all tease me about it.
I want to tell you, I am so excited that I have U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer here advocating and asking for Hoboken International Film Festival to come here. As many people are fans of Hollywood actors and filmmakers, I have my own little fan base, and I've been a great fan of the Senator's work for a long time as a committed elected official, and to have somebody that's this respected on a national level, understanding the breadth of Hoboken International Film Festival and what it can mean to Orange County and Hudson Valley is astounding. So, thank you. Now, I also have great thanks to 3 other people that are in this room. Why and how is Hoboken International Film Festival ending up here in Middletown, New York? Well, I've been running this film festival now for 8 years, and I'm going to tell you the story about the name of Hoboken International Film Festival. Most people think it's just based after Hoboken, New Jersey. The reality is, my name is Ken, and a lot of people think that I'm a bum, so I came up with this acronym of Hoboken, and that is really the origins of Hoboken International Film Festival. Yes, I lived in Hoboken. I lived in Hoboken. I am from Hudson County, New Jersey. And when I started the film festival, it's true, we actually did not start in Hoboken. We started in Teaneck, New Jersey, where Nelson Page, seated all over the right, has a theater. After we were there for the year, Hoboken said, well, why isn't Hoboken International Film Festival in Hoboken? And they attracted me to come to Hoboken. So we were in Hoboken for a number of years. Eventually, Nelson and I started talking, and Nelson cajoled me to move the festival to a theater back in Teaneck. And from then on, we were in theaters of his in Teaneck and in Jersey City. And I kind of liked the idea that I was a roaming hobo with this big worldwide renowned film festival. This year, actually at the end of last year, Hurricane Sandy knocked out the theater in Jersey City. 7 feet of water, no more theater. So it was time to assess where to go again. I was very fortunate that a little bidding war started right away, mostly from towns in New Jersey. I told Nelson I'm doing this crazy double feature as my next set of films called Scavenger Killers and Captured Hearts. This gentleman, Dylan Bank, is the director of both of them. These 2 young ladies to my right, Rachel Robbins and Susie Lorraine, are stars in both of them. And they're serial killer horror films. And I said, I need a movie theater to shoot half of one of these movies. And he said, you have to come and see finally, Ken, the Paramount Theater in Middletown, New York. You've never seen a theater like this. And I said, yeah. And I said, yeah, all right, okay. Finally, he gets me up here, and I said, Nelson, first second I walked in, I said, you shortchanged this place. This is the most beautiful theater I've ever been in my whole life. Look at this place. I mean, it is breathtaking. As a filmmaker, I just immediately fell in love with it. Dylan says you could write a whole movie around this. I said, what do you think I just did? That's why we're coming here. So I ended up shooting Captured Hearts here. Once I was in the theater for a couple days, Nelson came back to me again and he said, why don't you consider moving the film festival here? I said, leave New Jersey? And he said, yeah. He said, don't you want the best location? Now, why am I here? Because what I found is, and these aren't just words, this is truth. I understand how government runs, I believe, at a pretty high level. My wife, for example, is sitting in the audience. She's the Democrat mayor candidate of our hometown in Wayne, New Jersey. And we're constantly talking about why aren't cities, why aren't counties, why aren't even on the state and federal, why aren't they trying to infuse business, people, money into their communities? One of the greatest ways for economic development is to bring in the arts. I found that Joe DiStefano and Ed Diana really understand this. They get it. The fact that the combination of the two of them had the foresight, I'm going to say brilliance, to take this theater and renovate it and then equip it digitally. Most people understand that, you don't show films on 35mm prints anymore. You have to go digital. And the fact that this is one of the first theaters, and especially on an independent level, that's going digital is phenomenal. The fact that Mayor and that Ed Diana was willing to get the county to commit those kind of funds. The fact that Joe DiStefano took this as a project and rebuilt this theater, I said, there's no better place for me to go. What do I have here? I have the combination of incredible elected officials who really, truly care about their constituents and want to see economic development and growth for their communities, which will reverberate into educational growth, social growth, in every area that our elected officials are supposed to be concerned for us. It said to me that having that in place, in combination with a breathtaking theater, with the history of the entirety of Hudson Valley, talking about places like West Point and a gentleman that is so dear to my heart that you saw in these trailers, Charles Durning. He's from the Hudson Valley. Charles Durning has starred in 9 of my movies, probably my closest friend. Most of you know that he passed, closest friend in the film business, and most of you know that he passed away on Christmas Eve Day. And his very last movie was in Captured Hearts, the movie we shot here at the Paramount Theater. And I felt the totality of the karma of that really said, let me bring this film festival here to Middletown, to Orange County, to the Hudson Valley, and the hobo will stop here. I want to be here forever with Hoboken International Film Festival. That's our plan. And finally, what I did want to show today is kind of the breadth of what happens with Hoboken International Film Festival. And that's why I picked these two movies to kind of highlight. The Great Fight is one of my favorite of my own movies. It's a movie that I produced the beginning of 2011, and I premiered it at the 2011 Hoboken International Film Festival as the opening night feature film. And ironically, it has its worldwide release today, released by NBC Universal and Screen Media Films, where it's everywhere on demand in all the video stores, etc., etc. And then the show Captured Hearts, which is not only was shot in this theater, which I think is just phenomenal and unique, that people are going to actually be able to watch this movie in this theater where it's shot, and that's going to be premiered 2013 on June 1st. Scavenger Kill is the first of those tandem films, will be the opening night feature film, and one should note that Ken Del Vecchio's own movies, the chairman of the film festival, my movies are not part of the competition. They can't win awards at the festival. They're just special screenings. So I think Senator Schumer really outlined and identified all the different exciting aspects about the film festival itself. which shows that he either snuck in and been at a few events and I didn't know it in the past, or really did his homework about the film festival. So I don't think I need to explain anything further about that. I just want to thank everybody for coming here today. I want to thank Senator Schumer, Mayor DeStefano, and County Executive Diana, and everybody from the Middletown and Orange County communities. And we look forward to having a really exciting, star-filled event here in 2013.